Our group was assigned with finding a topic pertaining to women's rights. We decided to look into reproductive rights. Reproductive rights have always been a controversial topic among American women. Dating back to the early 1900s, reproductive rights are the rights of individuals to decide whether to reproduce and have a reproductive health. These rights include the use of contraception, ability to have access to sex education, and a right to plan a family, and the rights to gain access to reproductive health services. One of the first major court cases that dealt with reproductive rights was Griswold v. Connecticut in 1965. The case involved a Connecticut law that prohibited against prescription sale or use of contraception, even with married couples. The Supreme Court case declared the law unconstitutional because the Constitution guarantees a right to privacy when people make decisions about intimate and personal matters like childbearing. This is just one of many court cases that has dealt with reproductive rights and shows just how important women's rights movement really is. Why reproductive rights are important is to keep women safe, give access to contraceptions, decrease STDs and STIs, and sexual education is necessary for this. Some of the violations of rights we've been seeing in the U.S. are the rights being violated through women having little to no access of maternity leave. According to the Family and Medical Leave Act of 1993, new parents have access to 12 weeks of unpaid leave if the company they work for has at least 50 employees, but 40% of mothers for companies who have less than the mandated number of employees. The other 60% are not financially stable enough to have 12 weeks of unpaid leave. Another way is by the Trump administration making it harder for women to seek contraceptives. In 2018, the administration tried to repeal Title X under the Affordable Care Act, which requires employers to offer contraceptives. In their insurance plan under Trump's new rules, employers could refuse to cover contraceptives through religious and moral exceptions. Trump has allowed states to withhold Title X money from organizations like Planned Parenthood, who provide abortions, even though money from the Title X program can't be used for abortions. More conservative states have backed the president and signed laws limiting abortion. As many as 7 states have passed laws that restrict abortion. These states include Alabama and Georgia, where abortion is banned after 6 weeks of conception and excludes rape and incest with imprisonment of up to 99 years for doctors who perform abortions. Other states have signed similar bills called heartbeat legislations. Violations of rights worldwide we are seeing are reproductive rights worldwide vary from place to place. Some countries are much stricter than others. For example, China created a one-child policy. In 1979, which up until 2003 was still in effect and has since been changed to allow a family to have 2 kids in certain circumstances. Another example is in El Salvador, where absolute prohibition of abortion has caused women to be arrested for simple miscarriages. Worldwide, 125 countries have put some kind of restrictions on abortion, including the U.S., Poland, and El Salvador, who have all taken steps to tighten their abortion policies. There are also 49 countries who allow abortion with no restrictions, and almost every country has signed off on a program to prevent unsafe abortion. What we can do to help is donate to organizations like Planned Parenthood, bring more awareness to this issue, limit religious exemption, and make birth control a more accessible thing, especially in third world countries where population rates are growing out of control.